Good morning. I hope you're all doing well. This is Abigail, your financial advisor, and I'm here to talk about a certain product that I'm pretty sure you, as an individual there who has a child, or you know someone who has a child, will actually need this product. So, which product is this? This product is called an education policy, or as I see, we call it Usomi Bora, in which you definitely have to get for your child. So what does Usomi Bora consist of? So Usomi Bora consists of you making some monthly or quarterly or annually or semi-annually payments over a long period of time, and then afterwards you're able to get a maturity benefit. That is, your money has got to accumulate, and then you get a maturity benefit, which you definitely you're going to use it for the benefit of educating your child. So first and foremost, the education policy is very affordable. And then another key feature is that in the moment whereby you're not there, or in between the policy something happens and you've lost your life, us as IC Lion, we continue taking up that plan of continuing to pay the premiums that you're paying until the time of maturity. So it gets to guarantee your child's education. Definitely, it's always going to guarantee your child's education. And then another thing, you're not only limited to have one policy for one child. So first and foremost, one policy can have multiple children in it, and second thing, you can have one child can have multiple policies, which is actually the best plan, to have different policies for one child according to your own capability. So for example, maybe your child is maybe 2 years, so you can take one plan that will take them until the time that they have finished their junior secondary. You take another one that will continue until the time that they have finished their senior secondary, and then another one that is going to benefit them when they are at university. So this plan is very good, and it's very affordable, and you can take a policy for a child as early as 0 years. So as early as 0 years, you can be able to key in your child there as the primary beneficiary for that education policy. Then it definitely gets to guarantee your child's education, because after the time of maturity, we as IC Lion can be able to take up that plan, that baggage or that responsibility to continue and directly pay the school wherever they are, their school fees. So whether you're there or not, you can be able to take up that baggage and go and pay the school fees to where your child is. Then another thing, you're also not limited. You can also decide for you yourself as the parent or as the individual to have that amount of money for yourself, and then you can pay it directly for the child. So of course, apart from that, it's very affordable. And then we have factors that you have to consider when you're taking this plan. First and foremost, you have to think about the kind of school that you want your child to go to. Is it that you want them to go to a local school or an international school? And I'm pretty sure you who is watching this video, you definitely want your child to go to an international school. And then another thing, the amount of money that you're able to put up periodically. Maybe you're right now, you can be able to put around 20,000, 30,000 on a monthly basis, and then maybe you want your child to go to a very good and fancy school, and then you can only be able to afford that. It's okay, you can be able to start with that amount of money, and then as you go by, you can be able to add. So it has that flexibility option. Maybe you can pay the 30,000 for a period of 3 months, that is around 90,000, and then maybe you can be able to put like around 150,000 on a periodic amount of time until the time of maturity. Then minimum term to take for the education policy is usually a minimum of 8 years and a maximum of 17 years, and it has very flexible timeline in which you can be able to take the plan up to 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, 11 years, all the way up to 17 years. So all these, you have to think about the well-being of your child, because it's not only taking the policy, it's all about thinking about your child, because definitely you would love to secure your child's future. This only takes care of their education, but you have to put in mind that they will need housing, they will need transport, they will need food, they will need self-care. So why don't you start this plan right now before all those responsibilities start to accumulate, and have planned for their school fees. And then by that time, the amount of money that you've been getting on the side, maybe from your salary, it will be used now to fund for their housing, their transport, their self-care, and the food and everything. Because the child, when a child comes to this world, they not only come to just be educated, they need food, they need transport, they need self-care, they need a lot of stuff. And the more they grow, the more their responsibilities continue becoming bigger. So why do you need to accumulate all of that all at once, when you can start taking the plan as early as now? And then by the time that us as IC we're taking care of that, we have been able to take over one burden, and then you can be able to be left with the rest. Isn't that a very good plan? So if you are there and you have a child, definitely you have to reach out, and you definitely have to take the education policy for them. So if you have any question, drop any questions for me, and I'll be able to answer them. And that's it for me. See you in the next video. Bye.